Let's continue and see how the mesh layout works. So let's create the cloner and let's go ahead and reset everything here. So if you go to the layout, if you change that to a mesh, we need now to select a mesh. So if I go ahead to the 3D shapes and if I click on cone and create a cone, this is not going to work because this is not a mesh. So if I go ahead and select that and click on the picker, this is not going to work. As you see, we are seeing just one cube. So let's go ahead and undo that, or let's delete the cone. You need to select a mesh because the name says you need a static mesh. As you see, you can change that to skeletal mesh or static mesh. We can't use the 3D shapes there. So you need to create shapes from here, or you can come over here and click the shapes from here. So let's go ahead and click on the cone and place it somewhere there, and let's scale it. And now if I go to the cloner and click on pick and pick this cone, you can see now it works. So it's very important to use a mesh, not 3D shapes. And you can increase the count from here. You can change the sample data. You want to place the objects on the vertices or triangles. You can place them on sockets if you have anyone here, or bones or sections. And the next option is the spline. You can place the objects on the spline. So if I go to the actors and click there and create a spline, let's go ahead and select the last point and move it there. And let's go ahead, right click on the curve and click on add spline point. So now I added another point there. Let's go ahead and move this one back, and I'm gonna add another point here, add spline point, and maybe move it down and move this one up. And now I can select the cloner and go to the layout name and change that to spline. And now I can click on pick and pick the spline. So now we placed the cubes on the spline. I can click on orient mesh to orient the mesh on the spline. And of course you can go back to the spline and change the point. Let's select the point. And as you see, the cloner is updating. Very, very powerful.